Bitch, I'm Mr. Perfect shit, I feel like Gucci man. I'm a scamming ass nigga, yeah, me and all my friends. Little bitch, I'm flawless like.
What's good? This is my 95 318i. Been chasing after this misfire issue for a while. It's like a misfire idle issue. I replaced the injectors, replaced the intake boot, intake, spark plug wires, distributor, and now we are on to the camshaft position sensor. Alright, now that I got my hood open, you'll probably need 11 millimeter socket, flathead, and a little Allen key. And your camshaft position is right here. It flows through, goes through under here, and then come back to this side. The sensors are right under there, right there. So the first thing I like to do first, unplug the mass airflow sensor, and you're gonna take your flathead, and I like to disconnect it right here. That way this can come free. Then you can access all of this easier. Alright. And then you're gonna take these vacuum hoses off. They should just wiggle off. Careful not to tear them because they are fragile. Gonna take off this one right here. Then you're gonna unclip that. And then you'll have access to your intake bolt right here that you're going to take off. All right. Also, I know these are big with the M42 and M44. These like to get slits right here where it sit on the under. But so you're gonna untwist this out of here. It's like your little tree branch. This is also, it's like it connects to your injectors and your idle control valve. These are really fragile, so I would check those too if I were you. But yeah, the next step would be get your 11. And so when I first did my injectors, I didn't replace this bolt or didn't put it back because there isn't really a purpose for it. It runs fine, but it's just in the way with, like, if you don't have it, it makes taking your intake manifold off like 10 seconds rather than like a 40-minute job to take off. But gonna undo this one. All right, both my hands. And then you're gonna do this one. And then there's gonna be more right here. Then there's also one right here. All right, once you get those bolts out, it should just come right up. You're gonna have to snag this hose, like smidgy it out, the idle control valve on this side. That way you can flip your intake manifold over. But your next steps are going to be taking your idle control valve out. It's just held on with this tab right there. They just pull out right there. And then this is your little branch tree that I was talking about. I had to put some silicone tape and sealant, so it was too cheap to buy another one. They're also really hard to find. But then you're gonna take our idle control valve. You're gonna want to unclip it. It just clips on right in the back with these tabs. Then you're gonna smidgy it off like so. And then there it is. This is your camshaft position sensor, and it's just gonna run through under here. Like you see, I'm pulling it and it's moving. Just undo that, pull it out, bring it under, and then reverse the steps of putting it back together, and you're done. And just like that, I have got it out with the diode. And of course, me being dumb, I left the new one inside the house. But also, another word of advice, I probably have to clean this one out, or not. If it doesn't make that noise when you shake it, that means you should probably clean it or replace it. But me, I just clean mine. You spray brake cleaner through here and on this side. That way it gets all the gunk out and allows air to come through. But when you do it, make sure you cover the sensor up with like something. That way the sensor doesn't get damaged. But yeah, go run and grab that part and put it back together and see if that fixes my issue. All right. I'm kind of dumb. I thought I had my recording, but I put the sensor back on, ran it through, put this back on, make sure your intake's back on, make sure your sensor, your idle control valve goes back in. Then you're gonna put those screws back on, make sure all your hoses are still supposed to be. Make sure you put this bolt back in. Like I said, don't have to put that one back in if you really want to. It doesn't really harm it. There's those two, and then here, or not here, here. And then put everything back together, and then call it a day, and I'll update you guys, see if it fixed it.